Today we're just going to walk through a quick overview of the new JSON prompting that we've learned. Ryan came into office hours. We had a special treat this week, and he walked us through a build using JSON prompting and having the output in quick reply buttons. We'll make a new account and start fresh. Now the reason that we might want to do this is so that the AI can autonomously react and converse with the user in conversations, and it is less work for us as the builders. We don't have to build as many flows and think strategically as much on what we're doing. We're letting the AI figure some of that stuff out in the conversation themselves. You know, we went from totally static flows and having to understand and learn every single possibility that we could think of in the conversation that would happen or the bot would break, to being able to have a hybrid situation where we could have some static, some AI controlled parts of the flow and the conversation, to totally AI controlled flows using functions and tags and conditions to manipulate and make everything happen the way we want, to now giving JSON schema inside the prompting to direct the AI to understand how to build its own flows, how to call its own functions. And yeah, this is getting crazy. Like, we just keep leveling up step by step. So what we did with this is start a new account here. We're going to be on the default agent here. So we're going to go to settings, OpenAI. This has to be on default agent. We're not using a default flow. We're going to stay here. Let this AI prompt control everything on the bot. So we're going to go in here and we are going to change this prompt. So what I want to do is write in natural language the goal is, what I want my AI to do. And then I'm going to put some JSON prompting in there to get the output to be the way that I want it to. Now, if I just go over to ChatGPT and say, give me the JSON for displaying my responses in quick reply buttons, it's going to give me the JSON code. And if I go paste it in over here, it's not going to work because CBB has their own JSON schema, and it's just a little bit different than what ChatGPT would give us. So Ryan gave us this JSON for quick reply buttons. So JSON is just a language for, structuring data, basically, how we want the output to look. So if we want the output to come back to us in quick reply buttons, then we have these objects in here. Each one of these objects is a button. It has a key and a value. And then you have several objects that are within this array in between these start and end brackets here. Our prompt is going to have natural language. You are a helpful assistant. Your response should be a single JSON array, which is this thing, right? Containing one message object, which here's the message object. So I'm telling the AI, you're going to display this with one message, and the message is going to include a short prompt asking about sales help, 6 quick reply options, each of them starting with an emoji. The title and the payload values must be identical. And always ensure the messages and quick replies are in the same language that the user is using, which will help us if the person is speaking a different language than English, and I create this prompt in English. When the buttons are displayed back to that user, those buttons will be in that language that the user is speaking. Now, that was always an issue before, trying to get the translation to come out on the buttons. And this solves that problem. And that's just one of the advantages of doing it this way. So I'm going to take this, and if I put this in my prompt and just use this, go over here and put it in the prompt. And if I go open up a welcome message, I haven't done anything on this account. Hit the link for that. Open up a web chat. It's going to say some kind of welcome message. Hello, how can I assist you? Let me move this over here. Who are you? And it's going to say, how can I help you with sales today? Now, you remember what the prompt said. You're going to have one message, how can I help you with sales, and then 6 buttons. So now each one of these buttons, the AI is doing this all on its own now. I'm not telling it what to do. I just said, concentrate on sales. The goal is, I want to make sales. So let's do current deals, and let's see what it comes up with. It should give me back 6 more buttons. And it's going to decide which buttons, depending on what the user typed in or chose on a button, it's going to decide which buttons to display each time. Here are our current deals. Would you like to see discounts on specific products or all offers? All right, so there's discounts, free shipping, payment deals, stay updated, back to the main menu. So let's do bundle offers. Now, because I don't have anything in the prompt that actually has a knowledge base of my services or products, it's making all of this up. It doesn't know what to put in here. So I would have to put a knowledge base in that has all of my offers, all of my products, and descriptions of that stuff so that this AI can be customized to my business and not just have generic LLM information, because right now it's just ChatGPT answering these questions with the information that it has, which some of that is, you know, over 1.5 years old. It's not live data. I need to have baked in information that I put in the prompt in the knowledge base so that it understands my business. Now it's going to go to electronics bundle, and it's just going to keep doing this. It's going to keep giving 6 buttons with choices every time unless I put something else in the prompt. Let's go back to the prompt. All right, so if I put in here if the user inquires about products, list the top 3 sellers in a card with an image and a button that links to a payment page. I'll put for that product. All right, and if I save that and I go back and I try this again, start over. How can I help you? What do you sell? And it's going to, let's see, I want to browse products. And look what it did. Now, I don't have anything set up with any images or any actual products, but just by that prompt alone, it created a card and some buy now buttons and made up basically a bunch of products. Now, if I would have a list of products that's in the knowledge base, it would do specifically that list of products. And the buy now button isn't going anywhere because I don't have anything set up. But if I had my link on that button, it would go to an actual page, payment page that would work. And I didn't have to do anything. All I would have to do is go back over to the prompt. And let's say I'll leave that same prompt in there. But if I had all of my products in the prompt here in my knowledge base, and each of those products had the payment link on them, then it would go to my actual page when I click on that button. And it would set all that up for me automatically because I had that information in the prompt, in the knowledge base. Now, if I come back here to the instruction prompt, and I actually put in my database of products with their URLs. All right, this is to one of my products, a payment link page. And if I prompted this in the knowledge base to say, use this link on the button of the card, I'll continue. Now, of course, I would want different links for each product, but if I go back, let's refresh this, start again. What products do you have? Now, of course, it doesn't have any image, and I'd say buy now. And now that I put the link in, it actually goes to the payment link just by putting a link in of my product. And I could have a whole list of my products with the payment links on them. And all I have to do is go into this prompt and instruct this properly how to set that up. Now, something else I could do, if I wanted to, is, let's go back to this one here. If I want to use a flow that I have built, the way that I do that and put it in the instructions is by putting this JSON in there. I'll add a couple of extra lines here. If the user wants to book an appointment, use the flow ID, and we'll have to go make a flow and put the flow ID in here. Let's paste that code in there, and we'll save that. And then we'll go make a flow for an appointment. Let's see, I've got to make a calendar. Add a calendar, booking appointments. And I'll just leave it at that. And I'll say it's an online meeting and save it. And let me get the link for that. I'll make a quick flow with a button. Book now. Book your appointment. Below. And on the button, I will put the link to our calendar, save it, and publish it. Now if I get the step ID, or up here you can get the flow ID right here, and I go back over to the instructions, and I say use the flow ID there, continue. Now let's go start a new welcome message. Do it from the beginning here. New web chat. I want to book an appointment. so browse products. That works. I want to book an appointment. So it is pulling up the flow. It's not prompted correctly. And this is where it's going to be critical that you get the prompt right. And so I'm going to go over to ChatGPT and have it help me. See if it can do this job for me. So let me go get my instructions. I'm going to get the entire thing. Copy. I'm going to paste in that whole code. Give it back. And let's see what it comes back with. Okay, so here's the natural language. You're a helpful assistant. Your responses should be single JSON array containing one message object. That message must include a short prompt asking about sales help, exactly 6 quick reply options starting with an emoji. The title and payload must be identical. Always ensure the messages and quick replies are the same language as the user. If the user inquires about products, list the card, right, with the payment page link. If the user wants to book an appointment, use the flow ID of this. Here's the JSON. Now, the flow ID is here. Okay, so let's do this whole, copy this whole thing. Go back over and let's put it in. Okay, now, one of the things you have to be careful about is, see this? We don't want this because this is extra. See, this is extra here. These little, and this JSON. We don't want this. Or this. Okay. Continue. And let's go redo this. Let's see. Who are you? How can I help you with sales today? Browse products. Should give me the card with the button to go buy it. There we go. And then if I say I want to book an appointment, would you like to book an appointment? Yes, book now. Boom, there we go. Bringing up the calendar, booking the appointment. There's the confirmation it sent me already. More information, there it is. I hope this gave you a little bit of insight on how JSON prompting can take away some of the flows that we have to build, some of the conditions and tags that we have to use, and start letting AI autonomously do these processes for us, and think and strategize how the conversation should go depending on what the user is doing. It takes off of our plate having to think of every possibility. So what do you think? Are you going to use JSON prompting to stop building flows, stop using conditions and tags, let the AI totally take over? I don't think I'm quite there yet, but I am liking the possibilities that this affords me to let the AI work more autonomously in the conversation and direct it according to what the user is doing. And I don't have to think about every possibility. The AI dynamically keeps that conversation moving in the direction that it should move, as long as I have good instructions. I'll try and do more of these as I put them in different workflows and share that with you guys, how I'm using the JSON prompting. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below, and I will see you in the next one.